Good morning. I want to welcome you to Trinity United Methodist Church and our service of worship today. I want to begin with some announcements. I have a card here from a lady by the name of Gina Massey. She works up at Mountain Empire Community College, and she's retiring. And she sent this card to us, and she says, "As I end my time at MECC, I can't let this opportunity pass to thank you for all the bags of popcorn, hugs, smiles, and words of encouragement that you have given me over the years. One of my favorite times is the last Wednesday of the month when you come to minister to us. Each of you will be a favorite memory that I will take with me wherever the road to retirement leads. God bless each of you." So, thank you for the popcorn ministry. Also, we have an opportunity this week. When the school lets out on a half-day schedule, they don't provide lunch. And at the middle school, we talked about this at a meeting about a month or so ago, and actually it sort of slipped my mind, but this is the week when that's going to happen, this Thursday, when they let out for half a day. And we talked about it and said that we would provide a bagged lunch with a sandwich, chips, and a little Debbie kind of cake for them. And we're going to be creating those this Wednesday night, and we will take them to the school, and they will hand them out at the middle school. We're going to just do the middle school this time. And we're going to have about 450 sandwiches to make. So if you want to come along Wednesday night about 6 o'clock-ish, your help would be more than greatly appreciated. It's going to be simple. Bread, bologna, cheese, bread in the bag, and then put those in another bag and so forth, and we're going to make those bags up so that we will have the sandwiches to give to the kids then on Thursday. And we'll be using some of the grant money that we received from Holston Conference to make that possible. So where's my Holston Conference person? I thought I saw Jeff in here. Thank you for on behalf of the church to the conference, thank you for that gift. We appreciate it. Although he wasn't personally responsible for it, but I'll let him be our conference representative. Also, there's a lot of other things happening this week. Our spring yard sale begins tomorrow. Actually, it begins today. What time, Kathleen? From 2:30. She needs help. The saying in the past has gone, we need a lot of weak minds and strong backs to get a few things moved around. And it's going to start this afternoon around 2. If you don't have either one, you're accepted as well. So just come on out this afternoon about 2:30 or so. I know that Dennis has got a bunch of stuff he needs to help getting moved, and there's various places we have to bring the stuff in from to here. So we're going to need some help getting all that done. The Now team will meet tomorrow night in the parlor. That'll be at 6:30. Our Easter cantata is next Sunday. And just so you understand, in the past, we've done one on Saturday night and then on Sunday. We're only doing Sunday morning. We're not going to be doing Saturday night and a Sunday night like maybe we've done in the past. We're doing one performance, and it's next Sunday morning during our worship service. So please make sure you understand that and come next Sunday prepared to enjoy the cantata that's entitled "Then Came Sunday." Also, our April fellowship supper has been shifted from this week to the week of, it's going to be on Wednesday, April the 12th, the second Wednesday of the month this time. It's going to begin at 6 p.m., and it's also going to be an appreciation and farewell dinner. We can't erase the farewell yet. We can appreciate you anytime, but it's still farewell too, right? Okay. Robert's going to be moving on down toward the Kingsport. He has a job that takes him all over East Tennessee, all up and down through there, and from Knoxville to Pound is a little bit far to drive sometimes. So he's going to be a little bit closer to his job, and you're always welcome back with us anytime, though, Robert. So we're going to have a farewell dinner for him that night. So please plan on being present for that meal. Make it a really good time together. Are there other announcements that I need to make this morning? Over here, hands are waving. Come on up.
Well, when I'm given a job, I'm going to do it best I can. So Robert was a drum major at John Battle High School when I was a coach there. I didn't know that till Robert came here and he told me. But we had a band director that walked in there about 1972 or 73 that took charge. Am I not right, Robert? And so that's what I've done. One little story first. Dennis Ashley last week had been to the primary school and said, they're out of food for the backpack meals. And can you handle that? And I said, well, yes. And so Tuesday afternoon, went to Food City and I turned in my request for food for them to get ready. I'd pick up on Wednesday morning and take to the primary school. And actually the day kind of got turned around, but when I went, the guy said, okay, I've done this quite a few times, and he said, it's my understanding that they want one of every item to go in the backpack. I said, you tell me that again. He said, all this information you have, they want to take one of each item and put it in the backpack. I said, that's not what I want. The last time I looked, we were feeding them on Saturday and Sunday, and that equals 2. So they need 2 of each item to go in the backpack. And I said, furthermore, I don't want to come do this again next week, so I want 4 of each item so that I don't have to come back. So anyway, we've got a nice supply out there. All right, first down's over with. Told you when I took this over, I had to do it in my terms. So today is the first day of the second quarter of the year and second down. So let me tell you what happened on first down. And the reason it makes calling the play on second down. I might even have thrown a pass to Todd Zirkle on second down if we'd had such a good first down play. But we are actually have made up a deficit we had from last year of $2,200 and increased our checkbook by an additional $900. So in the first quarter, our giving is about $3,100 more than it was at this time last year. Now that, as I get started with second down now, I don't want you to change what you've been doing on first down. I want the $1 bills, and I love it when the offering plates passed in the choir and Dennis Ashley and Bill Colsey, who can make the most noise throwing their change in there. But that's working. So let me tell you where second down is. 25 years ago, give or take a year, Bruce Robinette stood up and said, we have a cash flow problem at our school, at our church. And he said, we need to change the way we're doing a few things. And he said, if you've been given weekly, would you consider giving monthly? If it's monthly, would you consider giving every 6 months or whatever it was? And so we did to get our cash flow in order. Well, we're headed towards summer months, vacation months, people not being here on particular Sundays. And so to borrow today's terminology, we're talking about pay it forward. So if you're not going to be here on a particular Sunday, we still would like for you to make your contribution to the church. And that's what we mean by paying monthly. Now, it'll take about 2 weeks for Terry to get this together, but we're going to give you several different ways that you can make that happen with some apps that can be run on your phone and different things. I grew up with a checkbook and trying to keep it balanced. I gave up when they came with a debit card, and my wife said that's the greatest thing that ever happened. Okay, so how you do that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I think if you make a game, and I have a third down strategy already, I'll just tell you. But if you make a game out of it, it makes it easy to do. And the $1 bills and putting the extra change that you have in your pocket, I've been amazed when I pull my change out of my pocket on Sunday morning sometimes, just how much money I have in my hand. And so if I just put that in a collection plate, but look what a difference it's made in the first 3 months. So now we're going to second down, and because we did such a good job, we can take a little bit of the pressure off and say, okay, we're making progress, you know, and you know where we're headed is toward the goal line at the end of the year to score, to have a touchdown, to have put all that money to met our budget and put that $4,500 back in there that we had to borrow from ourselves. That's where we're headed. And I'm really glad one of my friends is here this morning because he heard this very talk from me about 20 years ago when I told him, look, I just need for you to put your check in every time, whether you're there or not. And so it's just a simple thing. It's a habit. It's a habit. Okay? Thank you.
Nancy? Somebody got a microphone to you yet? Oh. The flowers. If you're, I don't have a form in front of me, but it's flowers for the altar or flowers for the cross outside, or it's for flowers.
I'll try to cut our copyright. Easter flowers, you know, for the cross and stuff. We don't put lilies in anymore, but you know, we do the two arrangements right here, and we try to do the outside crossing. But because Easter is later, there might, like my lilacs are blooming, and the cherry blossoms are blooming, my cherry tree's blooming, so I'll take the week of Easter, that Saturday before Easter Sunday. If you have blooming stuff, you know, I'll take that to decorate that outside cross with. But if you want to put in the bulletin in memory or in honor of anybody, you know, for Easter, like we've always done, it'll just go towards, you know, getting flowers for that cross outside and flowers for in here. And you'd be amazed at the people that come by and talk about how pretty and stuff that cross is, and they like to take their family pictures in front of the cross and stuff. I get memories up on my Facebook page where we take pictures of you know, the whole family out there in front of that cross and stuff, and it's just a beautiful thing. So if you want to, you know, fill out this form and do that, and then that's what, you know, the money will go towards, is buying flowers, you know, for the church and for that cross outside.
Okay.
But we need it by, well, we need it by next week at least, you know.
Okay. Christy.
Sorry. I have several announcements, so if you'll bear with me. The quickest is youth will not meet tonight due to the yard sale and several other things going on that is life. Also, my next two things are more fun because they deal with candy. Next Sunday, the 9th, from 2 to 3:30, we're doing our Easter egg hunt like we've done the last few years. And so I'm asking for folks to donate individually wrapped small candies that we can use to put inside the Easter eggs. We do not need eggs. I've got thousands of eggs upstairs to be filled. But if you are willing to do that, we'd appreciate it. And you can bring them by anytime this week. We'll be here all week with the yard sale. I would ask to have them by about lunchtime on Friday so that Friday night I can get the eggs stuffed and get them ready. And also, with regard to Easter eggs, the fun kind that you get to eat, all of the peanut butter and coconut eggs have been made. They are all available to be picked up today if you pre-ordered them. At this time, we do not have any extras left. The few that we did have left have already been sold and are gone. So if you have not yet paid for them, if you would please do so, and you can either put cash in an envelope with your name and put VBS eggs on it, or if you write a check, just put VBS eggs on the memo line so that we know that that's what it's being paid for, so that we can put it in the VBS account and give you credit for it as well. So, but we really appreciate everyone ordering those eggs. Ashley and I made 156 eggs on Wednesday, just to go ahead and get them all finished. So if you ordered eggs, if you were planning to get them today, even if you were planning to get them next week or even on the 16th, they're all done. So if you want to get them early, they refrigerate really well, because I still have 4 in my refrigerator at home. They also freeze really well too if you want to do that. So all of the eggs are done. You can pick them up today, or you can continue and pick them up next week, however you want to do it. So thank you.
And any more from the congregation? Debbie has one.
A thank you and an announcement. One of the thank yous is I want to thank Cindy Ashley and Sandy Wright. Yesterday, Mountain Empire Community College came over, and their life group, 3 people from their life group and their leader came over, and we made the eggs for their fundraiser. We ended up making 182 eggs, and it was just it took us about 4.5 hours, and it was a great fellowship, great time together, and it was just really nice. So I encourage other people maybe next year to come help us, and it was really a good time. Second thing is, if you've been saving plastic bags for the middle school, Thursday is the last day. And if you know, Thursday is a half a day, so I'll have to have them by Wednesday. So if you have any plastic bags that you've been saving, please either drop them off at my house or drop them off here, and I will pick them up. But Wednesday is the last day that I can pick them up. And then next week, next Friday is the last day, not this coming Friday, but a week, is the last day for box tops. So I appreciate any help in those 2 areas.
Are there other announcements? Donna, well, over this way. Oh, I bet I know what this announcement is.
Cecilia and I are proud grandparents. I just want to say, I told Cecilia coming in here, I'm not really good at details, but the detail about Kate is she's beautiful. Her name is Catherine Ann, and she struggled coming into this world. I think she knew a few things that we were aware of, and so did Elizabeth. But I prayed a lot. Prayed probably more than. Anyway, I know a lot of you people prayed a lot, and God answered those prayers. She's gone through, I don't know how many tests, and so far every test that she's gone through has come out normal. And as far as we know, unless things change, and I don't think it will, she will go home today with Elizabeth and Eric.
All right. Congratulations. Donna?
As you know, our walkathon will be the first Sunday in May, and for MEOC. So we're taking donations now between now and then. The water heater that we purchased for our church came out of this fund, so it helps all kinds of people all year long through the heating and in the cooling systems also. So if you want to, you can give it to me, or you can come on that Sunday and walk and pledge what you want to. But it's a very good cause for our little people.
All right. Are there other announcements? Robert?
Rick asked me to announce this morning that his band concert is tomorrow night at the Convocation Center at UVA Wise, and he's inviting everyone in the community to come to that. He also promised that you'll be out in time for the tip-off for the ball game.
Other announcements? Well, I want to briefly point out there is an insert in your bulletin called Disciple Life, the Wesleyan Way. One of the things that I'm challenging us to do on a weekly basis is to provoke one another in love. And I've given you a provoking question for this coming week. I want you to find at least one person in this congregation, maybe 2 or 3, and ask them the question, can you tell me what it was like when you first came to know Jesus as your Savior? Ask that question. Learn. Think about it yourself, because hopefully somebody will ask you that question during the week. But be prepared to answer that question. And each week there's going to be a different insert on the disciple life, the Wesleyan way. I'm making these up as I go. So And there'll be a different provoking question each week, so get used to reading this and seeing this as a way for you to become a more mature disciple and follower of Jesus Christ. I'm challenging us to do that.